What's going on, everyone? Welcome to week 6 of my NFL reactions and takeaways. We had a lot of things happen this week that were unplanned, so we'll hop right into the video. And starting off this video, we had the Giants crushing the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, and this was definitely a shocker. I really thought the Eagles were going to crush the Giants because of the way they lost last week. But yeah, the Giants, they might have their guy in Jackson Dart, and Cam Skattebo looked pretty good too. As for the Eagles, I think they will be fine in the long run, but they have not looked good this actual technical week of football because they lost to the Broncos and they lost to the Giants. All right, and for the Tea and Crumpets game, we had the Broncos beating the Jets 13-11, a very ugly game, and the Jets, I don't know what to say. They looked absolutely terrible. And I really don't know how we only beat them by 2 points. They looked so bad. It's not even funny. But yeah, it was an ugly win for the Broncos and a very ugly loss for the Jets. But, as a Broncos fan, a win's a win, and going overseas can be kind of weird sometimes. So, good job. All right, and for the first 1 o'clock game on Sunday that we'll talk about, we have the Rams beating the Ravens 17-3. I was expecting Lamar to play in this game, and he didn't. So this being the score is not exactly shocking. I mean, the Ravens, I don't think they're that good, but, expecting them to win this game was definitely out of reach, considering that their star quarterback is injured. As for the Rams, you beat a team you should have beaten, so I guess congrats for not messing that up. So, yeah, there's no real takeaways here. All right, next up, we have the Panthers beating the Cowboys 30-27, and this is actually the only game that was played on Sunday that I got wrong. And I gotta say, the Panthers, they're looking pretty good. They're not looking amazing, but they're 3-3. They beat a team that I did not think they would beat because the Cowboys have an elite offense, but they proved me wrong, and the Panthers might sneak into the playoffs. You never know. As for the Cowboys, this is a very frustrating loss. I think your defense is a real problem, and even when CeeDee Lamb comes back, that's not going to magically fix the defense since he's an offensive player, so it's looking rough in Dallas. All right, and heading to Indiana Jones' stadium in Indy, the Colts were able to sneak away with the win against the Cardinals in a game that probably was a little closer than the Colts would have liked it to be, but, they got the win. You can't argue with that. And, to be fair, the Cardinals, they do randomly do this where they make games close. Even without Kyler Murray, they had Jacoby Brissett playing at quarterback, so maybe there's a little bit of revenge motivation for him, but you know what? They got the win, so congrats to the Colts. And as for the Cardinals, I feel like their record should be better. I feel like they're in every single game, and the fact that they're 2-4 just kind of shows how bad the coaching is. All right, next up, we have the Seahawks beating the Jags 20-12, and the Seahawks, that defense is legit. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they play like it. They were able to really be in control of this game the entire time. So the final score is not even as close as the game was played. So the Seahawks, they had a good game. Sam Darnold was efficient enough. And as for the Jags, I guess one positive is Brian Thomas Jr. finally had a decent game for the first time this year. But, this was definitely an off game for the Jags. All right, next up, we have the Chargers escaping against the Dolphins. And this game, I really thought the Dolphins were going to win, but they kind of blew it at the end. The Chargers, they had to score a field goal in, I think it was 30 seconds, and I don't even think they had any timeouts, and they were still able to do it because the Dolphins, I just don't think they care. But as I've said a lot already, a win's a win, so congrats to the Chargers for not choking the game away like they almost did. And as for the Dolphins, I think they're done. I really don't think this team has any hope, and I think they need to fire Mike McDaniel. The players don't care. I don't even think he cares, and I think they just need to blow it up. All right, next up, we have the Steelers beating the Browns 23-9, and this game was about what I expected. The Steelers took care of a bad team, And Dylan Gabriel struggled in this game against a really good defense, and for some reason he threw 52 passes, which is like a shit ton, especially for a rookie quarterback. And I think the Steelers, they're a legitimate threat, and they showed it. They were able to take care of a Browns team that's not that good aside from their defense. And as for the Browns, I mean, no real takeaways for them. This was literally about what I expected this game to go like. All right, next up we have the Patriots beating the Saints 25-19 in a game that was probably closer than it should have been. The Patriots, I gotta say, Drake May looks really, really good. I think he could be a top 5 quarterback by the end of the season, and I'm not even just saying that. Like, he is really good, and it's good on them for getting the win. Definitely a little closer than they probably should have been, but they got the win. As for the Saints, you know, I know moral victories aren't a real thing, but you know what? I think Spencer Rattler could be the guy. I mean, he's played pretty well despite you guys losing, so you might have something there. All right, next up we have the Raiders beating the Titans in an ugly game 20-10. And this game was actually kind of about what I expected. I mean, I was only off by 7 points because I said 13-10, and the Raiders ended up scoring an extra touchdown. But thing is, both of these teams aren't in good situations. It's just the thing the Raiders have is they have a better coach and a better roster, and they're at home. That's why I picked them, and this game was about how I thought it would be played out. So no real takeaways for either team, although I will say, Titans, congratulations on finally firing Brian Callahan. He was a god-awful coach. All right, next up we have the Bucs beating the 49ers 30-19. And Baker Mayfield's the MVP. He's just been playing at an unbelievable level, and I think he could seriously win the MVP if he keeps playing like this. So congrats on the Bucs for getting this win despite no Bucky Irving or Mike Evans. Mika Egbuka also suffered an injury in this game, but they're still winning games. And as for the 49ers, I don't know what to say. I feel bad for you guys because Fred Warner suffered a season-ending injury in this game. And that combined with the Nick Bosa injury that happened in week 2, I mean, I don't know what to say. This defense won't be good enough, and I'm not saying that. It's not a reflection on the 49ers. It's just really shitty luck for them. I mean, I just don't think they're going to be able to compete with that injured defense. All right, next up, we have the Packers beating the Bengals 27-18, but honestly, the score was not. The score kind of doesn't really tell the story. This game was actually pretty close. And the Bengals, they were giving the Packers a scare, especially considering that Joe Flacco, the one quarterback that has beat them, was the quarterback for the Bengals. And I gotta say, I mean, for the Bengals, you know, Joe Flacco might not be a terrible substitute until Joe Burrow comes back. And you know what? You know, you might have something there. All right, next up on Sunday Night Football, you have the Chiefs beating the Lions 30-17. And what can I say? I had a feeling. I mean, a lot of people probably thought the Lions are going to win, but I didn't. I thought the Chiefs were going to show the world why they're still the big bad Chiefs, and they did. I mean, they were able to shut down the Lions' offense pretty well, and the Chiefs' offense was looking pretty good as well. And, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, that curse wheel, it's right. That curse wheel's real. I don't know how to explain it, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, Brandon Perna, that's good sports. He does a curse wheel, and it cursed the Lions, and they lost. So, I mean, I'm just saying. All right, next up on Monday Night Football, the first game, the Falcons were able to beat the Bills 24-14. And Josh Allen, he had a couple of turnovers in this game. I didn't watch this game, but I just looked at it, said he had interceptions, and I think that cost the Bills because outside of him and James Cook, they don't have a whole lot on the offense. And the Falcons have a loaded offense with Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and that's just to name a few. I mean, Darnell Mooney's pretty good too. I'm not sure if he played in this game or not, because I know he's been injured or is injured. I'm not sure which one. But congrats on the Falcons for getting the upset win. And I think the Bills will be fine in the long run, but this was just not the greatest game from them. All right, and ending the week, we have the Bears beating the Commanders by 1 point on a knockoff field goal. And it was actually Jake Moody, of all people, who got cut by the 49ers and got picked up by the Bears. So congrats on him for getting a game-winning kick. I mean, that's definitely got to help his confidence. And the Commanders, I'm not going to lie, they let this game slip away. They had the ball up by 2, and then they fumbled because it was a bad snap from Jaden Daniels to the running back, and the Bears were able to capitalize and get the win. So congrats for the Bears. And as for the Commanders, I don't know. I mean, this is one you really should have won. I mean, 4-2 and 3-3 is a big difference. And you guys could have been tied with the Eagles if you would have won this game. So definitely a rough way for the week to go for the Commanders. And that's going to do it for the video. My Week 6 record was 11-4. I actually went 0-3 on days that weren't Sunday, and I went 11-1 on Sunday, so that's kind of weird, but that's what happened, and that puts my current record at 62-30-1. But yeah, let me know if you guys liked the video, and sorry if it's a little short. I'm actually on vacation right now, so getting videos out is unfortunately not, an easy thing to do on vacation, but you know what? I'm still going to do it. I got to get these out. I want to. I think it's worth it. And I will see you guys on Thursday for my Week 7 NFL predictions.